Hey guys, I am getting ready to do my eyebrows and I thought I'd do a video on it so you guys could see how I wax and tweeze my eyebrows. I'll show you everything you need. You need wax. I use the all-purpose honey from Gigi. You can get this at Sally's Beauty Supply, I think, for $4 or $5. I get mine from Cosmoprof. Yeah, and you want the wax to be... How can I do this so you guys can see? About like that. So it moves about like that. That's how you want your wax. You don't want it too soupy, but you kind of want it soupy. Then you're going to need muslin strips, or you can actually, before I went to school and my friends and I used to wax our eyebrows, we used to use computer paper, which I know is really ghetto, but that's what we used. That's what we had on hand, so... But you can use thin muslin strips like this. And I cut them to be about this wide because I want to make sure it gets the entire area so I don't have to keep going back over and over again. So you're going to need, I don't know, however many you want of those. I might wax my lip while I'm at it too. I wax here, here, and then I always do in the middle too. So I just grabbed a handful of those. You're going to need popsicle sticks or waxing sticks. I just use popsicle sticks. They're cheaper. And... I usually just use one because this pot of wax is my own. The ones I use on clients, I use a new stick every time I dip, sanitary reasons. But I'm just going to use one popsicle stick for mine because this is just my pot. Nobody else uses it. And then you're also going to need tweezers. And I use my mini slanted Tweezerman tweezers. And then I also, for the tweezing, I keep a washcloth handy because I will... you know, tweeze and then wipe it on here. So, let's go ahead and get started. It's fun. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in. I'll probably do this one first. Okay, probably don't want to zoom you. I have no makeup on right now. Look at these things. They are so unruly. They needed it bad. You can also use a spoolie for this, or a spoolie is like a mascara one. Or you can use one of these, which has, it's like a comb. This one's for Mary Kay. There we go. And this is like the brush that you can brush them up with, which is what I'm going to use. God, these are so unruly. Aren't these horrible, guys? I tried. I mean, I really wanted to grow these out before I showed you. So, we're going to go ahead and dip our wax right here. It's coming out like this, and I always wipe one side off completely, turn it to the side, and I wipe the sides off because it will drip, and then I wipe just until about right there, and you're going to have about, what you hear in the background is my son, he's playing, and then you're just going to kind of do this with it to wrap it up. You're going to have about that much wax. Okay. And we're just going to start right here. And I'm actually going to use my mirror to do this because I don't want to screw this up. And we're just going to go right along here. So you want a very, very thin layer when you're doing this. You don't want a really thick one. Then you're going to take one of your muslin strips, wax strips, computer paper strips, whatever you've got on hand. I'm going to zoom you out a bit. And I close my eye and I'm just going to place that where I had the wax. And you're just going to press. So you can already see the outline of the wax. I love these strips. These are probably some of the cheaper strips and I like them. And you can rub, whatever you do, just make sure you always put the wax on in the direction of the hair, and you always rip off the other direction. Like if your hair goes this way, you're gonna rip this way. Because if you try ripping this way, I don't think it's gonna grab all the hair. I have done that before. And I really make sure mine's sticking because you really don't want to wax over the same spot twice. Because you're taking skin with it, and if you wax over it again, you can rip more skin off and end up bleeding, and which can sometimes, very rarely, it can lead to an infection though. So what you're gonna do is gonna leave a little excess out here because you gotta pull with that. You're gonna pull the skin taut right here, pull it really tight. You can count or do whatever. I don't have to count, it doesn't hurt me anymore. Make sure it's really down and rip off. Okay? So you see I've still got wax going on over there, but you can see this, which has all of those. It looks better if you do it this way. Can you see all those little hairs? So it got a lot of hair off. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay that on my washcloth because I don't want to get wax on my vanity. And I'm just gonna take another strip and I'm just going to go over any areas that the wax didn't come off. Which usually doesn't rip off hair, but it gets the wax off. If you ever have trouble getting the wax off, just use baby oil, olive oil, any kind of oil substance will get wax off. See, I got a few more of those hairs off. So, and I'm not going to tweeze or anything until after I'm done. If you see an area that you really don't want to sit and tweeze, like right here, I don't want to sit and tweeze, so I'm going to do wax over that again. And I know I said not to, but I'm not very sensitive anymore to it. I've been doing this for so long. So I'm just going to wax over this again. Because I am just not sensitive anymore, so it doesn't bother me. And we're just going to place it on there. Rub this again. And usually if I feel like there's a glop right here, I don't want to go up in this hair, I'll push right here and I'll go down to kind of make that wax go down and not into the other hairs, just in case I over wax, which I have done before. I've never done it to a client, but I've done it to myself, I don't know, a couple of times. Pull the skin taut and just pull. And see, it came back and it got all of those little hairs again. So you can see there's still a little wax there. So again, we're going to take our muslin strip and we're just going to get whatever's left. And I'm going to end up putting some kind of oil or something on it afterwards to get all of that off. I might actually use my, because that has oil in it too. I didn't grab anything with oil in it, but we'll figure something out. I'm sure I've got something around here. So it actually, okay, now we're going to go to the middle. And I got to work a little bit faster because my wax is going to get gross on me and hard, and then I'll have to stop. And so I say hello. So now I'm actually going to do the middle. And I actually have to use a couple of strips on this one because I have a lot. It's a really wide area. I have a big gap in between my eyebrows. Oh yeah, you can see that the wax is already starting to get kind of funky. Okay, so you know, I bet if I moved you guys down a bit, how much easier that would be. Because then I can lean down in here and not have to worry about it. Bum. Okay, so we're going to take one strip and put it right here. And I've still got that open area, so I'm just going to take another strip and put it right over. So now we've got our two strips right here. I could make this a look. Oh, you didn't like that song, Roman? Want to change it, bug? Okay, I just really want to make sure because this part I don't like waxing over twice right here. If there's spots that I missed, I leave them until the next waxing section. Okay. And this one you can pull the skin tight like this. Pull down. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys will actually be able to see all those little hairs. It's a lot of tiny, tiny hairs. So again, we're just going to go back, grab all the little ones, Okay. What are you doing? Are you playing with that? Who said you could do that? Did Maggie say you could do that? Oh, she did? Okay. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing to the other eyebrow. I don't know how much of this I'll actually edit out because it's not a lot. Because I kind of want you guys to see the full process so you can see really how long it actually takes to wax eyebrows. Alright, so we gotta do this to these, kind of get them, and then we're just gonna put the wax on. Do not grab my eyelash, you silly wax. Silly, silly wax. Listen here, wax. We're gonna go rounds, you and I. What are you doing, Roman? It's a talent to wax your eyebrows with a child around. Oh, it's bravery. One wrong move, one Mom! And there goes Mommy's eyebrow. Yeah, there goes Mama's eyebrow. Then what we gonna do, huh? Hey, 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 these are Mama's. You don't do that, Mr. Bidwell. Those are Mommy's. You don't want wax strips, those are Ucky. You don't want wax strips, those are Ucky. They're Ucky. Okay, so we're gonna press these bad boys on. What are you doing, handsome? Those are Mommy's too. Can we leave them alone? No, those are Mama's. But you can have this one. Oh, no, you can't here, but you can have this back. Want that back? There. You chew on it. You show it to his boss. Okay, so I'm going to do this top layer first. Hoping I don't... Ooh, that one was a bit painful. So here's that one. That one actually hurt a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. That one was a... And it hurt, it's right in here was where it hurts. That one didn't feel the greatest either. My alarm's going off. It'll stop eventually, so I just leave it. So you can see there's a lot of extra wax, and I'm not going to grab that wax right now because if I try to, it's going to pull off more eyebrow than I want. So what I'm actually going to do is go heat this back up, turn off my alarm, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm now back. I don't know how long that took me, but so I've still got this wax right here. So I went ahead and heated my wax back up again. Because when you don't work fast enough, it does get cold really quick. But it's microwavable wax, so it's okay. So, I need more wax strips. Because I'm going to go ahead and do my lip while I'm at it so you guys can see what that looks like too. It's scary. And the lip to me, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to tell you straight truth. Lip's a little bit painful. Okay? It's not as bad as childbirth. I can tell you that much. Childbirth was way worse. Way worse. Okay, so while I was in the kitchen heating this up, I grabbed olive oil. That's all it is. Just some olive oil. Olive oil is very good for your skin. It's very nourishing to the skin, whereas baby oil clogs your pores a little bit. So what I'm doing is just rubbing, and this is pure olive oil. You can use EVOO, like extra virgin olive oil if you want. But I use pure. And then so you can see it's like really oily on my skin, and I'm gonna let that sit there because I want it to moisturize it. It does help a little bit with the moisturization. And I've also been told, I was gonna tell you you guys this little tip too. I've also been told that if you take Tylenol, especially if you go to get these done professionally, if you take Tylenol about an hour, ibuprofen, or I don't know what it was, but if you take something like that and about an hour before you go get your eyebrows waxed or any waxing done, it will take away the redness. especially if you have somewhere to go that night and you have to, you know, like, look nice, you know, and be all prettied up, be all dolled up. So, okay, now I'm gonna move on to my lip waxing, so you guys can see what it's like to wax lips. So, you can pull the skin tight if you want to, it's up to you. I am not going to, however, but I will move you down to mouth level so you guys can see. So I've got my wax, and I kept an entire long thing of wax on there this time. And you're just going to start from right here in the middle, and you're going to split it in two. And you're just going to put it on just like you would the eyebrow stuff, however long the hair is. So I know this isn't the prettiest thing to watch, but it's educational. And a lot of people want to know how to do this, so here I am showing you. So I'm going to cover the entire strip like this. And this is where I will pull tight while I'm doing this part. And you're just going to rub insane and go crazy on this. And just make sure it really sticks, because once you rip this off, you do not want to wax over this area twice. It is thin. It will bleed. Sometimes it bleeds on the first try and it will hurt. So you only want to do this once. So make sure you get what you can in that one try. At least of what you waxed over. You know, if you see you missed hair right here, you can wax on that part, because you know this is where the wax is. There's no wax there. So, but I went all the way down here. I have a very hairy lip. Okay, pull the skin tight. You can count. I don't like the lip, it hurts. Ooh. Okay. And I will show you what we got off. Can you guys see all those tiny hairs in the black part? Whoosh. A lot of hair. I have a very hairy lip. So you just want to make sure you get it all off. Again, we're going to do the olive oil, but we're not going to do it yet, because if you get olive oil, you accidentally go too far over and you get olive oil over here. You can't wax your skin then. It's just too soft and the hair won't grab onto the wax. So we're going to do the other side really quick. Same process, same stick of wax, same amount of wax, I should say. About that much wax. There's a little piece dripping. Okay, about that much wax. Okay. And since this is dripping, we're gonna let it drip. Be a little more careful with it though. And you want to avoid your actual lip part if you can. And don't do what I just did and get it in the crease of your lip, because that's gonna hurt coming off. And if you see it doing that, you just want to roll it back on the stick. Okay, so I am done with this stick, so I'm actually gonna put it in the garbage, because I am done with it. Okay, and then we're gonna place that on there like that. Pull the skin taut if you want. I'm just gonna rub. He has my tub of shea butter. Bath & Body Works had them like, I think I paid $5 for a huge tub of their shea butter. It was like 75% off their annual sale, which is going on right now. It goes on until July 13th of this year, which is 2012, because some people are watching this years from now. So I'm like, what? It's going on? No, it's really not. So it's going on until July 13th, and they have like up to 75% off. I know they're like, and these are one thing I was getting so excited about. These are $3 right now, and they're for like your face and your cuticles and stuff like that, and they look like this. I moisturize my lips with them, and I put it on my cheeks to help my blush stick all day long. Okay, pull skin taut. try not to brace yourself for it. Like, try to trick yourself. Oh, see what I did? I pulled it all the way over. Try to trick yourself when doing it, because if you're embracing for it, like if you're just, and you clench up, oh, that didn't feel great, then you're expecting it, and it's gonna hurt even more because you're like doing that, you know? Okay, so now we're gonna take the olive oil, and we're just gonna get rid of any leftover wax. And you can let this soak in if you'd like. Totally up to you. And then I'm just gonna throw that away because I got a towelette right here, and I'm actually gonna wet it down with a little water from my spray bottle. And just put a little water on it and just wipe all of that EVOO away. Well, it's pure or whatever. So I'm just going to wipe all of this away because it's really hard to tweeze when you've got all that. But just think, that olive oil sat on your skin and it moisturizes. It really makes your skin look nice. Makes it feel good. You can also put aloe vera on if it's too harsh. Okay, so we wipe all of that away. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and find any of the extra pieces, any of the little hairs that didn't come out with the wax. So what we're gonna do is take the eyebrow brush again, and we're just gonna brush them up into the shape that we want. And I'm gonna zoom you guys in a bit because I'm actually gonna use this lens, and we're gonna grab them and pull straight up. However the hair grows, you're gonna pull straight out. Some people pull the other way, like some people do this, and it comes out, that's fine. But eventually you're gonna leave a little scar there, and you don't wanna do that. Because you're gonna end up leaving a little scar right there. So a lot of these little pieces that are like way up here, they're a bit harder to get. I'm going to dry these just a little more. Like I said, they're a little bit harder to get. Just because the wax, you can't be you can't be really super precise with this with wax all the time. I wish I knew where my little, I have a little mirror that like, I don't know where it's at though, but it really zooms in. So I'll just do it this way. I love the little short hairs. They're so hard to grab. Okay, so we're just gonna grab any of the hairs. And this is where you can really get your arch going and shape them. See, I did it last time, and I literally took from here to here completely out of my eyebrow. And I had to fill them in for the longest time because I took all of that out of there because I went crazy. And that was from, that was actually from when I was waxing, because I thought I could get it and I wasn't able to. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you out so you can kind of see what they look like. So this is one that's kind of been groomed nice. I still have to fill in a little bit my eyebrows because right here is very sparse already. It just kind of, it's something that runs in my family. So I always have to fill in my brows anyways. So I'm kind of used to that. But I like the shape of them. I like that they're not perfect. I don't do well with just perfect brows. Like I don't know, to me it just gets boring. So, and see how this one's kind of more rounded out and this one's kind of more arched. That's just kind of how my eyebrows are. I've tried to fix them many times, but I always have a little trouble doing that. I don't know why. I just never seem to get them perfect. I've had clients give me $20 tip before for doing a $5 eyebrow, you know, wax or a tweeze or whatever, because they just, oh, they're so perfect and they loved them. And I do have ones that I have made literally that look so perfect, but for some reason with my own eyebrows I just don't get them perfect, and I don't let anybody else do my eyebrows. I am very afraid of somebody else screwing them up. And I kind of went to school for this. It's kind of, you know, I'm supposed to do my own eyebrows. Especially since, I mean, you know, I paid a good chunk of money to go to school. I mean, I paid a good chunk of money just to go to school. So I want to make sure that, you know, we use what I go to school for. So we're just going to continue tweezing this little part because I don't want to go over this again. It's very sensitive back here, even with the tweezing. If you feel you're having trouble with the tweezing, like it's hurting, you can always, again, you can pull the skin up this way and it will help you see the hairs a little bit better and it won't make them hurt as much. Okay, so that's about where I want mine. So I know this tutorial is really long. There's only a couple parts I'm going to edit out. And that was just like when I went to get up and go get the wax and stuff like that. So, but there you go. These are primed and primed eyebrows. So you can see them. They're not absolutely perfect, but they're perfect to me. So I like my eyebrows. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup because I have to leave for work here in 15 minutes. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this eyebrow and lip waxing tutorial. Subscribe if you'd like. I don't do a lot of vlogs. I think I might start doing vlogs, so just talking and like taking you around what I do. I thought about taking you around my job, but we can't have our cell phones there. Well, we're not supposed to have our cell phones on us. And I don't know how they feel with me taking around a video camera when I'm supposed to be working, so we'll have to figure that out. But in 2.5 weeks, I'm moving into my own apartment, and I am so super excited. And so I'm definitely going to show you guys kind of the moving process and setting up and all that, because it's going to be a lot of fun. So this video is like a half an hour long. It's super long. Check out my blog if you want. It's www.hairandmakeup87.denstudio.com. I'll put the link below. Same with my Twitter. I am finally going crazy on Twitter. I had to get a new phone. My other phone broke. My iPhone did. I knocked it, well, I didn't knock it out of the stroller. My, I guess he's kind of still my father-in-law. He's like a second dad, kind of. He accidentally knocked it out of the stroller. It was so, like, it was just right there. It was meant to happen, and it shattered. The screen broke, and the LED light went out. So it was a good thing, though, because I had to get a new phone I needed a new phone. My iPhone kept shutting off, and it was kind of crappy. So, I got a new Android, got like the Galaxy Skyrocket S2 one, and I love it. So, I'm on Twitter, constantly on Twitter. And I'm definitely posting on my blog a little bit more than I used to. So, but I'm on Twitter all the time, and I'm on Instagram all the time. So check me out on Instagram and Twitter. It's at Jessica Bidwell for both. And I think Twitter you can find me under Hair and Makeup 87. But yeah, I've talked long enough in this video. It's 31:13 and I'm gonna edit some of this out. So I love you guys, and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to know what I'm up to and kind of see how things run around this household and like how our lives and stuff are, subscribe. You're more than welcome to. It's free and I don't mind. So, but I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.